Social media will either be your way out or your downfall. You see, a lot of you guys utilize social media like the broke people on the internet, just consuming random content, not giving a fuck about what you're reading, not giving a fuck about what you're seeing, not giving a fuck about what you're consuming, and it becomes your downfall. And then you look at social media with a bad perspective, with the perspective of it's a waste of time, I hate social media, when if you really looked at it, it could be your way out. Now, don't get me wrong, it's gonna take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of effort, and it's going to take a lot of you actually learning about the platforms themselves. But social media could be your way out of the life that you are currently living. It could be your way to creating a better future. Guys, right now I have 3 fucking phones in front of me. One is a work phone, one is a social media phone, and one is my personal phone, which I do everything that I just said above on as well. Social media has become my way out. It became my path to the life that I am currently living. As you guys probably know, if you do avidly follow me across multiple platforms, I have 230,000 followers on Instagram. I have 1.4 million on TikTok. We about to hit 10,000 on YouTube, and we growing across multiple other platforms themselves. This all started because I utilized social media to escape my current situation in the fucking past. You see, I was an iron worker and I didn't like my fucking life, and I needed a way out, but I didn't know where to go. So I went on social media and I found a coach to serve me, help me with my nutrition, training, motivation, and more. I was with this coach online for around 3 months before I met Brian, who is now my business partner and my best friend. Then social media became my actual escape out of the bad life, shitty life I was living to the current life that I'm currently thriving. And it was because I found fitness, then I became a coach, then I scaled as a coach, then I became a speaker utilizing the information that I had from being a coach in the first place. And throughout all of that, I understood that social media was going to become my outlet to express my opinions to better my situation, because I wanted to show other people how to do what I did. Social media became my way out, not my downfall. Social media is not a bad thing. It's also not a good thing. It is a tool. And if it is not utilized properly, it could injure your life. Now, I'm not going to act like one of these gurus that tell you there's a specific way to do things, and if you don't do it like XYZ, you're never going to grow on social media, and you're never going to fucking make money. I ain't that guy. I'm not going to do that shit. I'm going to tell you what works for me, because that's what I've always done. Now, what worked for me, what helped me get out of my old situation and utilize social media properly to better my life was, number 1, speak into the fucking camera. When I first became a fitness coach, this is what I did. I looked into the camera and I spoke my fucking opinions. Authentically me. Not worrying about my swearing, not worrying about how I was articulating myself, not worrying about how I wasn't speaking through my textbook like a lot of the other coaches on the internet. I just looked at the camera and I spoke as me. I wasn't scared to tell people what the fuck was on my mind and how I was feeling, regardless of what language came out of my mouth. And I think that helped me in the past and helps me today, because in a world that is very fake personalities, fake bodies, fake profiles, fake followers, fake everything, I'm real. My page goes up and downs with like, engagement, followers, and more because of the fact that I am real. I'm not trying to fake anything here. I'm trying to be 100% authentic in a world of fake news, fake people, fake everything. And on top of that, while I was being myself, while I was stating my opinion, while I was sharing my experiences on social media about how I bettered my life, utilizing it as my escape, I audited how everything was doing. See, I don't act like these other influencers and coaches and social media gurus who say, well, if your content's doing bad, you're probably shadow banned. I don't believe in that shit. You guys know that I take responsibility for everything. If something does bad on my page, I am responsible for it. Instead of just chalking it up to, oh, I'm shadow banned. Oh, the algorithm hates me. Oh, I'm screwed. I'm just like, I suck. What did I do that was bad? How can I improve it? And how can we alter it so the next video that comes out does better? And when I audit my numbers, when I sit down on a bi-weekly basis every Sunday and I look at my social media, we look at a few things. I look at how the videos performed. I look at how the posts performed based off of likes, comments, and saves. And then I audit the shares, which in my opinion is the most important, because whether it's a hater sharing my content because they're angry at me, or if it's someone who loves my message and is sharing my content, shareability is how you grow on social media. And again, social media can either be your way out or your downfall. Now, when it comes down to creating content, if you're not producing content that is inspiring, that is influencing, that is providing value, and that people want to share to their friends, social media will not be your way out. A lot of you guys utilize social media like, again, the old heads, as young people like to call it now. Apparently, I'm an old head. being fucking 30 years old. You start a profile, you have a dog as your profile photo, you never post any content, and you just mindlessly scroll. And then you bitch and whine about what's on social media. Where if you shared your opinion, you could better your life. I'm a 29-year-old entrepreneur running a 7-figure business. We made over $15 million in the last 6 years with our business. I own an AMG G63 now. Hell yeah, that feels good to say. An Audi R8, a beautiful home. I'm able to employ amazing fucking people, having over 57 employees in total. I have a beautiful wife that'll never have to work a day in her life ever again. A beautiful son that's never going to understand what it's like to grow up without any money like I did because of social media. It will either be your way out or your downfall. If all you ever do is consume without producing, you won't get anywhere. But if you want to better your situation, you got to look at it subjectively. It is a tool. Social media is a tool. And if it's utilized properly, you can drastically change your situation. Again, I found fitness because of social media. Fitness bettered my life. I then became a coach and utilized social media to grow my business to multiple 5 figures. Bettered my life. Then I became a business coach to help other coaches use social media. Started making 6 to 7 figures a month. Bettered my life. Then while I was coaching all of these people, I then realized that I could share my opinions that I was sharing to these people on social media in a different way, as a motivational speaker, as a truth teller, as a preacher, as some of my clients like to call me, Preacher Cole. And it started landing me opportunities, sponsorships, hotel deals, a Motiversity licensed motivational speaking contract where I now get paid on a monthly basis. Social media can either be your escape, your way out, or your fucking downfall. These things are tools. Might be overwhelming looking at these 3 phones. I get it, because sometimes when I look at them, I get overwhelmed. But they all serve a purpose. This is the work phone where I talk and sell clients. This is the social media phone where I am organizing all of the videos and photos and photo shoots and screenshots and different things that I am auditing on a weekly basis to make sure that everything is moving smoothly. And then this phone is my personal phone where I organize the simple content that I am producing, where I have a lot of the conversations with my employees, with my friends, with my family, and more. Not to mention the phone that Daniel has, where he organizes and produces another double, triple videos where we repost across multiple platforms. Social media is a tool towards the life that you want to live. And it will either be your downfall if you don't utilize it properly, or your way out of the current shitty life you are living.